All right, let's just jump right into it because this idea it's a big one. We're constantly told that AI is this incredible tool for thinking, right? But what if it's actually doing the exact opposite? What if, without any of us really noticing, it's quietly chipping away at the very skills it's supposed to be helping us with? That's what we're going to unpack right now.
And here's the really tricky part, the paradox of it all. This change is so subtle, you can't feel it happening. When you're using AI, there are no alarm bells, no sense of loss. It really, truly doesn't feel like you're getting worse at anything. In fact, most of the time, it feels like the complete opposite.
It feels like you're improving, you know? You're suddenly faster, you're cranking out more work, and everything just sounds a little bit sharper, a little clearer. It just feels like pure, uncut efficiency. But, and this is a huge but, there's something critical going on right under the surface. And this is the shift that nobody notices. It's not about how good the final email or report is, it's about your starting point. It's about how you begin the whole process. See, we're all quietly shifting from what you could call proactive thinking to a new default mode, reactive thinking. So, what's proactive thinking? Well, it's the classic way, right? It all starts with you. It's that messy, sometimes kind of frustrating process of digging up your own raw thoughts, of wrestling with a concept from scratch, of staring at that terrifying blank page and building something out of nothing. It's all about originating the idea. Reactive thinking, on the other hand, starts with the AI's output. Your job instantly changes. You go from being the creator to being the editor. You're not building from the ground up anymore, you're just tweaking and adjusting something that's already been made for you. Just look at these two paths side by side. When you're thinking first, the idea starts with you, period. But with AI first, the idea, it starts with the machine. Your entire creative act becomes a response to something, not an act of creation itself. And that little difference, it changes everything. Think about your ability to come up with ideas like it's a muscle. Every time you start from scratch, you're doing a rep, you're exercising that muscle. But when you start with AI, you're not strengthening your thinking at all. You're just bypassing it. And we all know what happens to a muscle you consistently bypass. It gets weaker, it atrophies. So what is the real cost of all this convenience? This little cognitive shortcut we're all taking? Well, it has these creeping consequences that go way beyond just your thinking. They start to affect your confidence, and eventually, the quality of your actual work. And this reliance, man, it's a slippery slope. At first, it's totally innocent. You write a whole draft, then use AI just to check it. But then you start checking a little earlier in the process, and before you know it, you're reaching for that AI tool before your own idea has even had a chance to breathe. And this is the first major casualty. You actually stop trusting your own thoughts. This tiny bit of uncertainty starts to creep in. You begin second-guessing ideas that you once would have just run with. You've basically outsourced that initial spark of self-confidence. So, as that self-trust starts to go, your own unique voice, it starts to fade. Your quirky phrasing, your specific perspective, it all gets sanded down and polished away, replaced by this generic, safe, AI-optimized output. And the result is work that's fine. I mean, it's technically correct, it checks all the boxes, but it just doesn't have any weight to it. It feels kind of familiar. It sounds a little bit like everything else out there, and it feels slightly detached because, well, it is. It's not fully connected to you anymore. And this isn't just some abstract creative problem. It has real, hidden professional costs. That lack of trust in your own ideas, it leads to delayed decisions, to good ideas getting abandoned too early. You start missing opportunities not because you don't have good ideas, but because you've lost that certainty in them. Okay, so what do we do about this? How do we use these incredibly powerful tools without, sacrificing our own brains in the process? The solution isn't to get rid of AI, not at all. It's about completely changing our relationship with it. Let's be absolutely clear on this. The problem isn't the tool. The tool is amazing. It's neutral. The problem is the starting point. The entire fix is just about taking back control of the beginning of the process. So here's the framework, and honestly, it couldn't be simpler. Step 1, create first. Before you even think about opening an AI tool, get your own ideas down on paper. Let them be messy, let them be raw and incomplete, but make them yours. Then, step 2, refine second. Once you have something that you created, then you bring in the AI to act as your partner, to help you sharpen or expand or challenge what you've already started.
This is the entire mindset shift right here. You have to start using AI as a collaborator, not as an originator. It's your partner, your editor, your sounding board, but it is never the source. That initial spark, that has to come from you every single time.
So I'll leave you with this. This is the one question you have to ask yourself every time you sit down to create something. In this new world that's just saturated with AI, is your next idea really yours?